Hey guys, welcome back to YesUsers Cafe, where we dive deep into the stories and insights of brightest minds in the tech and innovation. Today, we are thrilled to have an amazing guest with us who is reshaping the cloud landscape. Joining us is Kunjan Dalal, the founder of Fuzzy Cloud and a seasoned software engineer with a wealth of experience in cloud, mobile, and web app development. So, hi Kunjan, welcome to the Yes Users Podcast.
Hello.
Let us start by your journey, right? So, I understand that you graduated as a computer engineer, right?
Yeah, as a software engineer, at that time there are two streams, computers and software. So they are different.
In the recession, right? So, how was that? How was that scene?
Not good.
Tell us a little more than not good.
Okay. Our college is good with campuses. Like it is one of the top 5 colleges in Gujarat. And when that college can't give you a job, you come out. And I still remember I was in Pune. I used to drive with my friend on my uncle's scooter from Hinjmadi to Magarpatta just to give 2 interviews in a single day.
Wow.
And we are okay with any kind of job. Like night shift, we are okay. We are boys, we can do night shift. And I still remember I gave interview in KPIT equipments. And the question was, they give us an English sentence. And we just used to speak that sentence. After that, there are 20 people. You selected, all are rejected after one sentence. So there is no technical, nothing, just English one sentence. If you can speak well, I don't know the definition of well, at least not even now. But yeah, we got rejected. And then back to the Hinjwadi, give another interview. So just people who don't know the difference between Magarpatta and Hinjwadi, it is two extreme corners of Pune.
Yeah.
So you at least take 45 to 60 minutes to reach one corner to another corner.
Yeah.
We used to drive on that Amara Bajaj, me and my friend.
So 2008 में आपके पास था बजाज का स्कूटर चला रहे थे आप?
My uncle's scooter. So it is like old scooter. He repaired it for us.
Yeah.
We can go via scooter to give interviews.
हाँ, क्योंकि 2006-2007 तक तो मैंने भी अपने डैड का बजाज का स्कूटर चलाया, right? So that's really interesting. So you got your first job. I'm sure the salary must not be really high.
10,000.
10,000. High. So this is what I wanted to kind of focus on कि लोगों के लिए कि अगर आपकी starting की salary नहीं है अच्छी, तो it's not a really bad thing. Don't get discouraged. There's in future में you can grow a lot.
I'll give you the context. Right now, there are interns working with me from my own college and from other colleges. Their stipend is 11,000. My first salary was 10,000.
Yeah, exactly. And आप पुणे में रह रहे हो अभी आप
I'm in Ahmedabad right now.
Right. पुणे भी 10,000 और अहमदाबाद में 11,000 में भी जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. Right.
Yeah. So basically, in 1 month we couldn't got job. I couldn't got job in Pune. Moved back to Ahmedabad. I got job in Ahmedabad.
Right.
10,000. It was kind of crazy experience. Then I left the job. I tried for the MBA. I gave CAT. I was maybe the first person who gave that electronic CAT. So my first CAT was written, and then the second attempt was electronic. So at that time, first time the IIM introduced the electronic version of CAT. So you gave on computers.
Yeah.
So I was like one of the first people who gave that CAT. Failed. Restarted my career with 5,000 rupees per month.
Wow. And then, you are doing really well for yourself. So the point I wanted to bring home, don't get discouraged by your first salary, right? If you work hard, the future might hold a lot of great things for you. So, yeah.
I just don't take otherwise. But as a joke, I normally tell to all my juniors, like whatever your degree is, it is just useful for your biodata, not your resume. So the people who don't know the difference between biodata is for the arranged marriage and resume is for jobs.
Well said. Right. So tell us about Fuzzy Cloud. You have been running it for close to 7 years now. What is it? A product company? Is it a software consulting company?
It is a software consulting company. I still write code. I still do the consulting after 16 years. So that is the another difference between other consulting companies and my company. Like even being the founder, I still get my hands dirty. And Fuzzy Cloud was the kind of accident. So I was doing consulting gig one by one, and then I thought, okay, let's start to grow it.
Yeah.
And I just, at that time, cloud word was so famous. the cloud was emerging market, the AWS where Microsoft recently launched Azure. So I wanted cloud in my company's name. And any person who is from the computer science background, they know the word fuzzy. So we use in the fuzzy search and fuzzy logic and other stuff. So I just combined those two and put it there. So there is actually no thought behind that thing. Just like me being the kid and just do it.
Yeah,
It's stuck, man.
thought behind it, but yeah, there was some thought definitely. Cloud fuzzy it has a ring to it. No, I really like the name. So I'm happy you're doing it in a very different way. So Fuzzy Cloud is specialized in distributed systems, machine learning, platform, mobile development, and cloud computing, right?
Yes.
So how do you balance, specialization in all these diverse software development techniques?
Okay. So the problem with the software industry is they are either categorized thing weirdly. So the people working in cloud don't know about distributed system, but both are same thing. Like if you know how to cook a dal, you definitely know how to cook a sabji. It's kind of a similar thing. Okay, they are different, but they are similar. Regarding all things going together, so we use the programming language, which allow us to write software which you can use in the distributed system. So we use the functional programming immutable systems, immutable languages like F#, Scala, Kotlin, Rust. So it allows us to write code which you can run on multiprocessor or a multi-node system, or basically distributed system. And when you say cloud is just nothing but a combination of the multiple nodes, like one server running in Chennai, one server running in Mumbai, and still they are delivering the same application to their users. So there are too many things going into the architecture part. You need a better language to create this kind of system. You need that kind of architecture, like software architecture knowledge. You need to understand the distributed system and cloud from the architecture point of view. Like it is not, you create something which runs on your machine, may or may not run on cloud. It might not work. You can't scale it. So we design system which scales horizontally and vertically. So that's how we connect everything.
Wow, very interesting logic there. So tell us about the software consulting scene here, right? We know like India is playing a huge part in this, right?
Yeah.
There's so many institutions, small to big, right? So what is the current scenario you are observing?
Okay, so maybe it will be the bitter truth. So currently, and that I'm very vocal on the social media as well, and I was vocal about this since last year. India is passing through a churn for sure. Like in future, we will not have the small and mid-sized software consulting company, or we will not have the big consulting company. Nowadays, after too many startups in India, tech startups in India, most of the engineering power is going towards that.
Right.
The people who run the consulting company for XYZ company are not getting the people. That is one thing. Second thing, post-COVID, most of the European countries and US countries want their employee in-house, not remote, or not. They don't want to outsource things due to different reasons. So they are increasing their market, which is affecting our market. So like 5 years back, if you start your own consulting company, you get clients just like this.
Yeah.
Without LinkedIn or anything, just dumb email marketing, and you just take the database and write cold emails and you crack it. Today, scenario is not that. The software consulting companies like me or many other companies who are fighting two fronts. First, we are not getting good engineers because startup is eating that part. Second, we are not getting a contract because everyone wants in-house software team.
Right.
So because like now the people are understanding importance of IP. People are understanding of importance of having an in-house software team. See, our software is can't be a first citizen of any industry. Like you take healthcare, you take e-commerce. Software is always a citizen. I'll give you an example. If you give a doctor or clinic a software, EHR or anything, it makes his or her life easy. But if you remove software, it's not going to stop their work. You are just a sidekick. And previously, the sidekick was coming in and going out and getting the maintenance money. Now they want their own in-house team running everything. And AI is changing things drastically, like crazy. It's so weird. And even I can't explain that.
Right. See, that's what I wanted to discuss, right? AI. So the trend that you have mentioned, maybe not in the exact words, but I have heard that same story from a lot of small boutique software development companies, which have somewhere between 5 to, I would say, 20, 25, right? This is huge market for companies like that, right? What everybody's saying, the struggle, the two front struggle that you have mentioned is that getting clients is getting difficult, hiring and retaining people is getting more difficult. And now the AI has come in, right? Now, one software developer using AI can be a several order of magnitude more productive. And see, right now, earlier, what was happening that they used to look at ki, acha, if I go for a US or Europe a developer, I would have to pay him $200,000. Like somebody with 10 years experience, right? I get that in India. I have 5 times cheaper of that, right? So now this US wala banda is saying 200,000 to dena padega mujhe. Yeah, ये जो US के clients है, they prefer that guy. That is a fact. Like any software company which is saying कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, I would say कि आपने अपने client से सही तरह से बात नहीं किया है. ये they prefer that 200,000 का guys, but अब पहले उनको क्योंकि substantially cost saving हो रही थी, they were putting up with Indian coders, right? Now this 200,000 वाला guy is saying कि यार मैं तो ज़्यादा productive हो गया हूँ, right? जो बेसिक और मंडेन प्रोग्रामिंग जो आप आउटसोर्स करवा रहे थे वो भी मैं आपको करके दे रहा हूँ, राइट? सो हाउ डू यू सी, व्हाट इज योर प्रेडिक्शन, हाउ दिस सॉफ्टवेयर कंसल्टेंसी स्पेस विल इवॉल्व इन द नेक्स्ट 5 to 10 years?
I'll explain in simple sentence. You have your computer with you, right? Can you tell me the current rate of ChatGPT Premium? Monthly charges.
$20.
$20.
Right.
Right?
$15, yeah.
Take it $50, $50.
Right.
If you hire any software consultant in India, minimum you have to pay $10 an hour.
Yeah.
With 160 hours, you have to pay $1,600. Right? Now imagine a scenario. You always have to keep a senior person in-house, a CT or a project manager or whatever. So you are paying that person there. You hire one dumb person there in Australia or Europe. Then you pay $20 to a ChatGPT premium. Instead of paying $1,600, now you are paying $20. And most of the work is being done.
Exactly. Yeah. So see, that's the way even I look at it, right? Imagine this, right? So I'll look at as development is something I don't directly involved in that, but marketing, content creation, I do. I look at
everything.
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 The same effects there as well, right? So my question, so that's what I brings me. So what will happen to हमने इतने सारे लोगों को we have started producing so many software developers, right? अभी तक ये सिर्फ कंपनीज इस पर ये लोगों को जॉब इसलिए मिल जाती थी क्योंकि यार होता क्या था, या तो TCS या जो मास रिक्रूटर्स है वो उठा के ले जाते थे. आइदर दीज गाइज विल गो बैंगलोर, मुंबई और नोएडा. वहां पे जो छोटी छोटी कंपनीज है उनके पास वो 10,000 से स्टार्ट करते थे. दे यूज्ड टू वर्क हार्ड एंड आफ्टर अ कपल ऑफ इयर्स दे यूज्ड टू अर्न 25 to 30,000 रुपीज, राइट? दिस वाज द कॉमन ट्रेंड दैट वाज हैपनिंग. अब नेक्स्ट में क्या होगा? हाउ विल वी प्लेस सो मेनी पीपल दैट आर ग्रेजुएटिंग?
So the AI scenario after ChatGPT, it was unpredictable. Like startup scenario, and everyone was looking at the things like things are moving, churning. It was slow thing, but this AI is kind of unpredictable. And frankly speaking, AI can create software for sure. It can help. Previously, we used to say Google it, or in our area, Stack Overflow it. Right now, ChatGPT it. Even I say to my employer, just use ChatGPT and do it. Why you are wasting your time?
Exactly.
And they are doing it. But now the problem is, the only requirement is left is the architecture level people. Like 10, 15, 20 years experience in writing large systems. That AI can't write code which is directly executable. So you have to put effort. But it is like crazy level of, okay, I'll give you an idea. Like you have an idea to do something. And just say, create a block from the scratch as a software. Now, that's the idea. So you have to write around, say, 1,500 lines of code to make it perfectly correct. Now with AI will dump around 2,500 lines of code. So you just get the code. It's not going to work for sure. Now, only skill set left with you is clear the code, make it 1500 line with the same concept, because most of the dumb thing is written there. But too many dumb thing you have to write. Like logic part is very small. Too many privacy policies and terms and conditions and home screens and logins. It has common across the board. I will write it for you. Done. So now the job left is for the people with a specific skill set who actually understand the engineering and the architecture, even in the software industry. Now you can't bulk produce and expect that सबको job मिल जाएगा, नहीं मिलेगा, sir. Possible नहीं.
Exactly. See, and the thing that worries me is that ये जो high level architecture का काम था, ये इंडिया के बहुत ज़्यादा था भी नहीं, right?
नहीं था.
You see what used to happen कि इंडिया का काम बेसिकली क्या था कि एक जैसे कि जो सॉफ्टवेयर है उसका एक लास्ट आर्किटेक्चर बन गया. नाउ हर क्लाइंट की जो नीड्स है वो यूनिक, राइट? हर बिजनेस की नीड्स जो यूनिक है, तो अब वो एक लार्ज सिस्टम्स को लेकर एक क्लाइंट के यूनिक नीड्स पे उसको अप्लाई करना, हल्का फुल्का मॉडिफाई करना, was something we were doing, right? This was exactly what we were doing. Now that modification itself has become so easy that why would I'll tell you very frankly, Pruki, I have had so many clients from the US who used to come to me and say, "Yeah, paise nahi hai, so we are not able to build the product." I used to just hook up them with some friend of mine, right? So बहुत सस्ते में उनका 1 lakh rupees में उनका एकदम software perfect बन के तैयार हो गया जैसा वो चाहते हैं, right? Now what is happening is a lot of them are using some AI service which costs them somewhere around $500, and they are getting the more or less the same results. And this is I'm telling you, 5 to 10 people have right in front of me have done this. That they were looking, and I'm like putting a disclaimer कि हाँ यार बहुत कोई customize और बहुत कोई एकदम यूनिक प्रॉब्लम नहीं सॉल्व कर रहे थे, पर इंडिया के अंदर 1 लाख रुपए में भी अगर आप किसी सॉफ्टवेयर कंसल्टेंसी से कोई सॉफ्टवेयर बनवाना चाह रहे हो, तो वो भी आपको कोई बहुत यूनिक सॉफ्टवेयर बना के नहीं दे रहा था यार, वो भी एकदम बेसिक चीज ही करके दे रहा था. और आज की तारीख में वो काम एआई बहुत आसानी से कर पा रहा है.
And another thing is like Instagram influencer, like they people are promoting AI like crazy, and they are saying like using AI you can create everything. You can't. AI, still the AI is the most dumbest thing ever. I have used GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT. One of my friend is in that Google Gemini, so we talk a lot about it. And I use the cloud AI as well. So all start. They are good, but you have to provide the specific instruction. And the same I have to provide to the current batch of engineers. They are also dumb. So should I give it to AI, which is $20 a month, or should I pay to the engineers, which is kind of leverage? It is not a asset. It is the company's leverage. You have to pay them everywhere. They take leaves. They do stuff on their own, and because of the hype, most companies believe that okay, first try the AI, and then whatever left, we'll sort it out. And then actually nothing much left to do. Actually,
right?
You hire some Fireman engineer. A single engineer can complete the task of at least 5 to 10 people. Yeah, with AI support, obviously. Because I'm talking about the writing code. Like logic is there. Human will be required to structure things. But when it comes to writing code, just check out the GitHub Copilot, and many VS Code extensions are there, AI extensions. They keep helping you in the writing code. Yeah, it is not the perfect code, but it works. No client gonna ask the logic behind the code.
Exactly. No, that's the thing, right? See, now the second worry that I have, right? Now you have been in this profession for a really long time. Now you are in a position that you can, you have the experience of creating architecture of a wide system, right? But you couldn't do that for the first 5 years, right? You couldn't, right? Now the question was, but the reason you did, because you were getting some money, कि आप अपने 5 साल लगा पा रहे. अगर स्टार्टिंग में आपको वो जॉब ही नहीं मिल रही है, तो आप कैसे उस लेवल तक पहुंचोगे? सोचिए एक सेकंड के लिए.
See, that is a very scenario for sure.
Right.
And I actually, from my point of view, the only suggestion is, even though I'm running a consulting company, whoever coming as a founder, from my junior batches, they should look not outside, but inwards, like what people say. They should not look at what America solving the problem. They should look at Indian problems, and instead of going for the consulting, go for the products.
Right.
Solve the Indian problems with tech. And that is the only way you can consume people. That is the only way, because the Indian market is the only market left as of now. The problem with us is like we are so much habitual with the dollar money. Now coming to Indian market, you have to scale down everything. It is very difficult. And we already passed that prime youth or whatever. But the people coming out, step in, give 5 years to the product, whatever they are working on, do the sale first. That is one of the biggest mistake I have done, is like, instead of sell, I focus on product. And do the sale first, solve the Indian problem. It will make things easier, because now outsourcing coming from the US to India, it will be difficult for sure, because you are directly competing with TCS and they are also not getting the projects.
Yeah.
And if you see the whole scenario overall, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture even, Accenture still getting the international project, but TCS and Infosys, their biggest client is Indian government. Even I wish, because previously what happened is like big companies, obviously they have connection. So whenever Indian government open up the contract, they go with the clauses like company should have minimum this many employees. And they have their reason for this, because like if company don't have the bench strength, they can't deliver the product or maintenance. But after their COVID project, our app for the vaccination,
Right.
it is created by like 5 to 10 people using AWS and AngularJS.
Okay.
Yeah, you can open up the code and see it is an AngularJS project.
Right.
And it is running on AWS. It is fully scalable. Only 5 to 10 people. So I wish that Indian government also start involving small companies into their fold and start giving projects. Not only the TCS and Infosys, but this two-front thing might solve the problem. But again, the emphasis we have continuously for service-based industry need more and more and more and more workers. It was true 3 years back. It is definitely not true today.
Yeah.
So if you are becoming an engineer to join TCS, they think twice.
Yeah. That's thanks for sharing that thought. But in the hindsight, do you now, like, obviously nobody could have predicted how things will pan out. But now do you regret not creating a product and focusing on a consultancy company?
There are two things. Like, I never wanted to get outside money previously, and obviously you need to you need to eat. So, and at that time consulting was available. So there are two things. People are giving consulting jobs. Even right now, consultings are available. But for the architecture level, so as I said, I'll move my prime. If I was 5 years younger today, I will definitely not go for the consulting. I spent the whole year, find some friends, do some research, do some hard sales, and work on the product. Even today, like if I get a gap, if I get enough money, I definitely work on the product.
Right.
Even we created 2 products.
Okay.
So we have the 2 products with us. It's just, okay, consulting is going parallelly. So yeah, and it's a product.
Tell us about something that is there any problem that excites you, or you might not know, but in the future you want to solve that problem through a product?
Problem. So for me, my USP or talent is like it's a firefighting. So even when I was doing job, definitely people send me to the places where the project is in red light.
Yeah.
So I normally understand the architecture of the software and solve that thing. So that is the skill set I have. And then normally when people throw me into maintenance, like when the product is done and they force me to do the maintenance, I quit my job and change another where I find the good projects. So that was my career throughout. So currently the thing excited me was running the LLM on the smaller processors.
Right.
The large models are like 7 GB models, which can't run on the small processors, but we are trying that thing as a company as well. Because you actually don't have infinite power. And if you see the energy you need to run Google and energy you need to run ChatGPT, eventually either government will ban all these LLMs or training models, or the earth will go out of the power to run train these kind of models. you can do it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But what I believe is $1 billion idea that nobody is working on right now is that see earlier क्या होता था कि a company will take a ERP, like let's take the most common example, ERP from SAP, CRM from Salesforce, and then hire Indian companies to customize it for them.
Yeah.
Right. What I believe is the next $1 billion idea is building a company, building an ERP or CRM solution that can customize itself using the instructions from the users, right? And this will be like the biggest way we can actually compete with these SAP or Salesforce of the world, because they will have to change their whole paradigm to cater to this particular need.
Yeah, and we are kind of doing it. Like my last client, Phosphor, they did it. We worked on that kind of stuff. So we kind of replaced the Excel with our own model, which is kind of crazy, and it is one of my most complicated project I worked on. And it was kind of crazy, even crazy to explain. Like if you understand the financial modeling, that what we are doing on the client side, like in the browser itself,
Right.
each kind of calculation, crazy calculation, like a big fat models on the browser, in the browser, and it was next gen. So that what actually excited me. Like even right now, the products we are running on, so normal products running in PHP. Like I just give you an example. Like if a simple blog, if you are running a blog in a PHP, if that PHP server can handle around 100 requests per second. If you move it to .NET, it can handle around 300, 400 requests per second. Java can handle a little bit more. And if you move to the Go or Rust, it can handle around 1,000 requests per second. The same hardware, but it can handle more requests. So I feel like, okay, we have a bigger cloud at our disposal, but we should still be analyzing. Maybe the good Jew in me talking about like saving every penny, but you should. And it allows you to save budget, cater more clients.
Yeah.
The running on the edge computing, which is also very exciting. So it makes things faster, specifically the country like India, where you need to run on a smaller processor and still you have to be fast enough.
Absolutely. No, your idea of letting LLMs work on, slower hardware is really, I completely agree with you. There's a huge potential there. And if you're able to run large language models on edge, again, there's a huge market to explore there. So, yeah, thanks for sharing these insights. Now, let's ask the rapid fire questions with you.
Sure.
So, what's your favorite programming language?
F Sharp.
What was C Sharp?
F Sharp. It's a full stack programming running on your .NET.
Okay. That's right. No, I also learned a bit of .NET programming in my own days. So yeah, I'm happy. Some people are at least taking names because the whole world has forgotten about .NET, I guess.
I built my career on .NET. Right now, I'm not doing any .NET, but yeah, still my one leg is always in the .NET.
Like you graduated in 2008. वो ज़माना ही अलग था, right? It's hard for people to understand कि उस time पे Microsoft का कितना दबदबा था, right? Open source technologies was not as well accepted, right? And there was a saying like, just like nobody is fired for buying from IBM, nobody is fired for using Microsoft, right? But see how times change so quickly.
Yeah. So basically, I learn language every year. I learn new language every year. So finding a favorite is difficult, but F Sharp is still my favorite.
Okay, awesome. Next question: early riser or night owl?
Both.
Wow.
I can sleep at 2 and still wake up at 7. My 7 a.m. clock is still intact.
You're one of the very few. A book that has influenced your entrepreneurial mindset.
Okay. One of my favorite book, which is from our days, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish.
Yeah.
Classic. Even if you read 2 or 3 chapters, that's good. And one of the controversial book I can suggest is read the damn Bhagavad Gita. Because if you are thinking you are doing a startup and you're going to be successful, forget about it. You can do what you are doing nothing else. That's it.
Well said there. So as we're running out of time, ask one last question with you. In an ever-evolving landscape of software developments, what trends do you foresee shaping the future of cloud-based solutions?
Edge computing, high assembly. Basically, it's a family, Wasm, Wazi, and there is one more I forgot. So just keep a watch on these things. He is kind of what I can say, like, I now feel excited about the technology because like they are just pivoting something, new language or new platform. But this Wasm and Wazi thing, it is there since 7 years and it's still active.
Right. Would you care to explain it so that a normal layman can also understand?
Okay, so Wasm is a WebAssembly. WebAssembly is basically you can run the native code in your browser.
Okay.
Just to give you an example, if a JavaScript can do X thing, can do a thing in a X time, Wasm can do the same thing in 1/10 of the time. It is 10 times faster than JavaScript. Same thing. So for any calculation doing on the client side, use Wasm. And there is an extension of Wasm, is Wazi. It's a WebAssembly services. So basically, you have the node where the whole logic executes using Wazi. So when you are accessing from something from Delhi and I'm in Ahmedabad, and the code or calculation of Fibonacci series. So when you try to do the Fibonacci series, it will execute near to the Delhi, and for me, it will execute near to the Ahmedabad. So it will deploy code onto the edge and execute there. So it will save a couple of seconds and it will be super fast. So for Delhi and Ahmedabad, it is easy. But if you imagine Ahmedabad and New York and still give the same speed without worrying about the server, it's next level.
Awesome. So thanks for sharing that, Kunjan, and thanks for coming on the podcast.
Sure thing.
Awesome. Okay, bye. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the YesUsers Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this enlightening conversation with Kunjan Dalal, founder of Fuzzy Cloud. If you found value in today's discussion, make sure to follow Kunjan on LinkedIn and keep an eye out for exciting developments at Fuzzy Cloud. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more insightful episodes with tech leaders and innovators. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and continue to listen to YesUsers Podcast. Take care.